coming
Anita,
up.
thanks for calling. You on the air.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
My message is, well, this is the first time that I've viewed your show.
Well,
I
welcome.
am somewhat appalled by your messages. As an African-American man.
I'm not African American.
Okay, the person that I'm listening to.
I'm black.
I don't know what your level of education is. I'm
I
stumbling across my words
barely made
because
it. I barely made it through high school.
Okay, well, that's obvious. I'm not trying to be.
What am I saying that's not true?
If you stop
What am I
cutting
saying
off your,
that's
hello,
not true?
What? You're
They're
sitting there
making
and
a fool out
you're
of you,
using
Anita.
the opportunity and the
Anita.
platform that you have to create more hate. Yes, you can hang up on me at any time because
Anita.
you are the worst thing that we could ever have as a leader. Someone representing
I'm not
black
your
people. You're
leader.
bringing. I hope you sleep well at night.
Anita,
because what you're
there's no
causing
such
is
thing
more
as a Willie Lynch
anger,
letter.
more anger. You need to go get some more formal education before you get on TV and open your mouth as illiterate as you are, because I am a college graduate, and I know damn well if I was on the planet what you're doing, you're talking about we didn't suffer. Black people suffered, and we're still suffering because
you suffered at the hands of your mother.
My mother was a great woman.
No, she wasn't.
Excuse you?
No, your mother was
you're
not.
trying to bring some anger about right now because
no, I'm not.
You obviously have some mental health issues.
Your mother was held to pay, and you become just like her.
You can have a good day, because I was going to say some very bad words and kiss my black ass.
You cannot be cursing our air. You know something? Let's go to the Bronx, New York, and talk to a first-time caller, Anita. Anita, thanks for calling. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
My message is, well, this is the first time that I've viewed your show.
Well, welcome.
I am somewhat appalled by your messages, things that you have a lot of followers, and I'm sure that most of them are not African Americans.
Why are you sure about that?
Well, basically, sir, I did a little research on your website. I didn't have to. I'm so angry at this point because it seems that you're bringing a lot of, you're actually condoning a lot of things that has been done. In your opinion, I'm sure is one that is a lot of folks. You, as an African American man,
I'm not African American.
Okay, the person that I'm listening to,
I'm black.
Okay, whatever. You're black. You're a black man. And, sir, you found, I don't know what your level of education is. I'm stumbling across my words because
I barely made it through high school.
Okay, well, that's obvious. I can see because, and as, I'm not trying to be.
What am I saying that's not true?
If you stop
what am I saying that's not true?
That's your opinion. If
no,
you
what
stop
am I saying that's
overtalking
not
your
true?
listeners, if you'll give a person a chance to speak, because every caller that calls in, you didn't allow them to. You cut in as you're doing now.
What am I saying that's not true?
That's your truth. But what I'm saying is you're attacking President Obama, this one, that one. Yes, okay. I didn't call to attack you, Mr. Jaxie. Okay, as a black man, I just personally feel that the message that you are sending to Americans in general is not one that is going to be, that is helpful I'm trying to figure out if you are here to help the country as a whole to, with this division that we have already. We have Trump who's in office now. I'm assuming that you're Trump promoter, that you actually promote the things that he's doing. Even though I call him the great man.
I call him the great white hope.
Okay, but my question to you, sir, is what type of resolution? You said a black woman that we're to blame for these black men out here, Trayvon, and so on and so forth, that they're thugs and this and that and the other because they're having multiple babies by fathers out of wedlock. And a lot of that is true, but the statistics are both ways, maybe more so with the black women. My question to you, as we know, slavery was many, many hundreds of years ago. What the black communities went through there, and of course we also have the Jews who went through this and that and the other. Everyone has had some kind of devastation to their race. What type of hope? What type of oh my God? What was given to the blacks to help them? Get past that? What type of counseling, if any? I forget the mules and the land that was promised after the devastation, the families were broken. by the white man or whatever, by man, period. What type of resolution was given to these people who suffered? I mean, of course they have issues because the family was doomed. It was separated many, many years ago, and there was no help because all the devastation that was from their ancestors that obviously passed on to their children and to their children. So do you expect these people to just be well and these black families to be, have it all together, owe money, this and that, when they had nothing to start with?
Anita, what's your question?
My question to you is, why are you sitting there and acting as though blacks are the cause of all these problems in the world today? Why are you making it, instead of you, when you black men like yourself have a platform where they can help people as a whole, not just blacks, bring some type of unity?
So what's
you're
your
bringing
question?
division because your words are so shockingly, you're just angry at the black man. That's what it seems like, at the black people as a whole. What is your message? Are you there? You sound very illiterate because you
am.
speak as though then you shouldn't be on the platform that you're at.
Why not?
I'm so angry. My words are stumped because you make no sense, because you're giving nothing but more prejudice and hate. That's what you're spreading. That's what you're bringing is diversity. You're bringing, not diversity, division, excuse me.
No, we're
what are you
already
saying
divided.
to empower people? What are your recommendations to empower people who are in that situation that you're saying, that the blacks are thugs and this and that? What about the white thugs?
Okay, let me respond. Calm down.
Please do.
What you might not realize is that prior to the civil rights movement over 60 years ago now, that most black people were a moral people. They loved what was right. For the most part, they got married. They was less than 10% of black children born out of wedlock. Black people were working hard. They owned land. They didn't have black leaders using them and blaming them in order to gain power and wealth for themselves. For the most part, black Americans believed in God. When I was growing up, they believed in God. And this was under the Jim Crow law and all those things. And once the civil rights movement started, with Jesse Jackson, Martin Luther King, and all those people, Martin Luther King wanted black people to stay in the condition of love and don't hate, and be moral and upright people so they can be judged by the context of character and not color. But once he was assassinated, the race hustlers like John Lewis and Jesse Jackson and the rest of the so-called civil rights leaders, they took a message of love and turned it into hate, so that they can control black people. And the government became the daddy under Lyndon B. Johnson. And so the Democratic Party gathered. You're making a lot of noise in the background.
No, I'm putting on my jacket. Go ahead. I apologize.
The Democratic Party gathered the black people and said, hey, come live with us. We're going to take care of you. You can't make it because of racism. You don't need to get married. We'll take care of your children for you. And black people fell away from God, and it's been downhill for them ever since.
Sir, I hear what you're saying, because I'm no great supporter of Jesse Jackson and all those others. I think some of them are just pure opportunists. My point to you is, you say 50 years. 50 years is nothing compared to all the suffering that blacks have went through. And you're saying, and as far as Martin Luther King, yes, he was a great man, but he also had some trash in his past too. Now, my point is that you're saying 50 years that
50 to 60
since we
years
lost
ago.
a leader.
And the only suffering blacks have done is from the single.
Are you serious? The only suffering
within the last 60 years.
Sir, you are aware of Mr. Lynch, right? Bill Lynch, am I right? Who taught the slave owners how to break a nigger and so on and so forth. Those things impacted blacks from generations and generations. You're talking about suffering.
Anita.
Our black babies was thought to be nothing more than the blood of the black babies were sold to make the white man's crops grow healthy. Are you serious? We didn't suffer.
They are making a fool out of
because you know what? You're sitting there and you're using the opportunity and the platform that you have to create more hate. Yes, you can hang up on me at any time, because you are the worst thing that we could ever have as a leader. Someone representing black people.
Leader.
You're bringing more division. You're bringing more division and hatred than ever. And with that, I say, you know what? I hope you sleep well at night.
Anita,
because what you're
there's no
causing
such
is
thing as a
more
Willie Lynch
anger,
letter.
more anger. You need to go get some more formal education before you get
Anita.
on TV and open your mouth as
Anita.
illiterate as you are, because I am a college graduate, and I know
I
damn
can
well if I
tell.
was on the platform and had the opportunity as you, I wouldn't cause hatred amongst blacks and whites. I would try to bring
Obama
together
did that.
unity, and that's not what you're doing. You're talking about we didn't suffer. Black people suffered, and we're still suffering
You
because
suffered
of
at the
people
hands of your
yourself.
mother.
My mother was a great woman.
No, she wasn't.
Excuse you?
No, your mother was
You're
not.
trying to bring some anger about right now, because
No, I'm not.
you obviously have some mental health issues. Because
Your
I
mother
don't know
was
what your
held to
issues-
pay, and you become
You know
just
what?
like her.
You can have a good day, because I was going to
I
say some very
thought
bad
so.
words and kiss my black ass.
Oh, see, I told you. You cannot be cursing on air. You know something? Anita became just like her mother. She done cursed at me and ran. She hung up on me. See, folks, I know what I'm doing here. This is not about racism. This is coming out of the single parent homes, and even those homes where black fathers are not in control. She said, "Kiss my black A." That's where it's coming from. It has nothing to do with white racism, because it doesn't exist. It is spiritual, and it's straight out of the single-parent home, folks. And the parents where fathers are not good men, they're not the head of the wives, they're not bringing love and order into the family. I'm telling you. She said, "Kiss my black A." I don't know when the last time someone told me that. Oh, she lost it. And she's educated. I'm the dominant, and she's educated, and she's telling me to kiss her black A and running. Wanting to blame someone else. There's nothing more disgusting and weak and pathetic to hear adults blaming someone else for their lack of. It's ridiculous, and especially with men. Especially with men. And all you hear from black men today is white man, the white man. What kind of man going to blame another man saying that another man can hold you down? How is it that the white man is better than you? That lady said, "Kiss my black A," and ran. An educator, educated woman, strong woman, a queen, strong black woman.